Hello and welcome to the big picture. If one state had propelled the Congress and in turn the UPA to form the government at the center both in 2004 and 2009, it was Andhra Pradesh. However, if there is one state where the Congress is poised to take a beating, according to all reports, it is this state. With the state poised to be divided soon, the Congress seemed to have got little advantage in both states despite having pushed for the formation of Telangana. The YSR Congress and TDP, which seems to have gained the advantage as the Congress has receded. Today we will look at the various dynamics at work in Andhra Pradesh and how various parties are poised as 175 seats to the state assembly in Seemandhra and 25 Lok Sabha constituencies go to polls tomorrow. To discuss this, I have with me Sanjay Kumar, Co-Director Lokniti at the CSDS, Dr. Ajay Gudvarthi, Assistant Professor at the Center for Political Studies, JNU, KV Prasad, Associate Editor, the Tribune, and Nagesh Kumar, former Resident Editor, The Hindu in Hyderabad, on the phone line. Welcome to all of you. Sanjay, I would like to come to you first. Is this election some kind of a major problem for the Congress as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, and is it something which it will find difficult to recover from?
Girish, it's not only about Andhra Pradesh. If we move from state to state, Congress is facing difficulty in most of the state, but you rightly said, this is one state where Congress has done exceedingly well in 2009 and also in 2004. And this is the state where Congress is facing a rout.
Right.
Yes, last time they had 33 seats. So, and certainly Congress is heading for a rout in Andhra Pradesh. Congress is posing some challenge to in the Telangana region to the TRS, but in the Seemandhra region, which accounts for 25 seats, I think it's going to be a washout for Congress in that region. So really a big setback for Congress in Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, let me get Nagesh Kumar. Nagesh Kumar, would you agree with Sanjay that as far as Seemandhra is concerned, Congress is in a very difficult situation? And if it is so, why is it in such a situation?
No, absolutely. There is no second thoughts about it. This whole plot has failed. Because on Telangana, by giving Telangana, then it thought that TRS would either merge with it or enter into a seat adjustment alliance. That did not happen. So it is it fought the elections alone. And now when it comes to Seemandhra, there is a sort of a groundswell of anger against the Congress over the manner in which it has divided Andhra Pradesh. So it's a lose situation for the Congress, definitely Seemandhra, and part in Telangana. So tomorrow, the Seemandhra goes forth. Congress is going to face a very tough problem.
Okay, Nagesh, I think there is some audio problem with you. I'll come back to you. They will once it is set right. Prasad, what went wrong with the Congress calculations? We have been watching the way they kept putting off this the division of Andhra Pradesh, formation of Telangana. Finally, they did it in the last session of the Parliament, and nothing seems to have gone right. All their calculations have gone wrong. Or do you think that the Congress knew that this is going to happen as far as Seemandhra is concerned?
Well, as far as Seemandhra is concerned, I think the Congress very well understood that it was not just on the back foot, but it was in trouble, deep trouble. The fact that if you remember, Girish, just 2 years ago or 3, when they decided to announced the formation, the decision of the UPA to begin the process of formation of the state, 2009 December, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Immediately there
December
was the state,
9th.
yeah, December 9th. So the state erupted into clashes. On this side of the Telangana region, you had the pro-Telangana people, and on the other side, it was the Seemandhra and other people kind of contesting the very idea of division and separation. In fact, as far as even 2 months ago, reports in various newspapers, in national and regional dailies, did mention of the groundswell of anger against the Congress and its leadership. And there were effigies burnt, that's what reports said, of top Congress leaders. And somebody like the Congress leadership, because if you always remember, in Andhra, Indira Gandhi had a very special place. Even if you remember in emergency, post-emergency, 1977, that was the only state which actually returned the maximum number.
Absolutely.
So that was the kind of measure of image and measure of respect had. And 2004, 29 plus seats, if I'm not
29
mistaken,
seats.
29 seats in Andhra, 33 in 2009. As you rightly said, the state was, if UPA 1 and UPA 2 was propelled, it was because of Andhra. Of course, the missing link is Rajshekhar Reddy, whose death certainly set into motion, set into events which led to the formation of Telangana state. And his son, who's obviously broken away to form his own party, is now hoping to reap the benefits.
We'll talk of his son very soon. Ajay, I'd like to come to you. We can understand what has happened in Seemandhra, the kind of anger and which seems to be resulting in some kind of a decimation of Congress in Seemandhra. But why is it not able to take the advantage in Telangana after having done everything to ensure the formation of a new state?
Yeah, I mean that is a bit of a Shakespearean tragedy for Congress. Now, there are two reasons. One that Congress postponed it for quite a long time, and it resulted in large number of deaths of young people. But almost 1,000 people, reportedly committed suicide across Telangana region. So that resentment is there against Congress that they have actually postponed. And TRS has done some effective campaign. That it has been out of the struggle of TRS, a sustained struggle led by TRS, which has resulted in Telangana. It was not Congress which has actually given Telangana. But having said that,
so you think that in the people's mind, it is the TRS which has been responsible for the formation of Telangana, not as much as Congress is.
Yes, it is partly that is because of the sustained campaign of TRS, sustained leadership that TRS offered, that the movement succeeded. Because if you remember 2009, they announced and they went back on the promise. Having said that, there is a certain amount of sympathy for Sonia Gandhi, that it is believed across Telangana that it is Sonia Gandhi who personally took a strong position, because people of Telangana do understand that it was a very difficult decision to take for any political party, given the political lobbying and the capital that Andhra Seemandhra had.
Yes.
It was a very powerful lobby. So Congress, all said and done, a lot of credit should go to it. So Telangana, as of now, it's not a complete washout for Congress. The North Telangana, definitely there is some amount of sympathy for the TRS, but South Telangana, if you come, Hyderabad, Medak and districts closer to Hyderabad, there is a certain groundswell for Congress.
Okay.
So as far as assembly is concerned, Congress is going to do reasonably well in Telangana.
Sanjay, two questions which come out of it. One is, why is it that, the same question which I asked Ajay also, why is it that Congress has not been able to take maximum advantage of having, ensured the formation of Telangana? One. Second thing is, do you see any possibility in both Telangana as well as Seemandhra, what you have been talking about in our earlier programs also, that the people could vote differently for assembly and the Lok Sabha?
Yeah, I have a different view compared to what Ajay said. It is true that in Telangana region, Congress is in the fight, and it is in a serious fight. It's not that it's a washout for Congress in Telangana. So Congress is posing a serious fight in Telangana. But when we look at the people's preference, which party they are likely to vote for in the assembly election and the Lok Sabha election, Congress is likely to do much better in the Lok Sabha elections compared to the assembly election. I think in the assembly elections in the Telangana region, it's not Congress which will do better, it is going to be the TRS. I think TRS is likely to form the government in Telangana region. So that's the difference between me and Ajay. Okay. On the first question about what happened to Congress, I think Ajay rightly said, if the decision of dividing the state was to be taken, it should have been taken a couple of years back.
Yes.
And if that Congress has done that 2 years back, I think Congress should have been in a position to recover even in the Seemandhra region. But the way Congress went, keep going forward and backward on the formation of the Telangana region, it gave a wrong signals. It gave the wrong signals to people who are in the Telangana region and also in the Seemandhra, and both of them have felt unhappy about the Congress role in formation of the state. That is what Congress is facing at the moment in the Seemandhra.
Sanjay, Seemandhra, do you see the same kind of pattern which you are talking about in Telangana, the people voting differently for assembly and differently for and for Lok Sabha?
In Simandra, it is little less compared to what we see in Telangana. In Simandra, it is a very tight fight between TDP and BJP on one side and YSR Congress on the other side. But it is not as clear as, it is not as different voting preference as we see in Telangana, because in Telangana, it is absolutely for, the TRS. TRS is leading, would be leading ahead compared to the Congress with regard to the assembly. But in the Simandra, it is a close fight even for the assembly election.
For both the assembly and the Lok Sabha. Okay, Nagesh, would you agree with Sanjay on that? Do you see this kind of pattern developing there? Already the voting in Telangana has taken place. Simandra will be going to polls tomorrow. Do you see this kind of pattern? Do you agree with Sanjay as far as what is happening in Simandra is concerned?
No, only partly. I feel that in the assembly elections, they are in a close neck and neck fight, the YSR Congress and the TDP BJP alliance.
Right.
But let's not forget the fact that the BJP is virtually non-existent in Simandra.
Right.
Because all these years, last 2-3 years, the Telangana leadership in the BJP in the United Andhra Pradesh has completely dominated the state.
Right.
So as a result, there is no leadership in the Simandra region.
Despite Venkaiah Naidu?
Despite Venkaiah Naidu, please remember, he's a member of parliament from Karnataka, and he is from the
No, but he
Rajya Sabha.
hails from Rayalaseema.
He hails from coastal Andhra.
Coastal Andhra, sorry. Huh.
Yeah, but it's a long time since he has won a direct election from Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
So I mean, he is not that kind of a mass leader who could pull off so many votes. So now the problem with Simandra is that there are other factors other than the Modi factor that are working there. Simandra has traditionally been known for a very strong caste polarization.
Right.
So that's definitely a problem there. And then
No, when you talk of, no, one second, Nagesh, when you talk of caste polarization, now, in Simandra, the Kammas have been, quite strong there. Now, how is it working out? And then you're saying that, TDP is having a problem because as far as the BJP is not helping them in any way despite the Modi wave. Is this what you're saying? And how is the caste factor working?
Yeah, that's a very important point you have raised. See, the BJP will help them as far as the Modi factor is concerned, and that too to a certain extent in the parliament seats. And now the BJP is contesting only 3 seats from Simandra, 3 Lok Sabha seats.
Yes.
So maybe it may give them some edge in those 3 parliament seats.
Right.
But then when it comes to the caste polarization, you see, Kamma community are a very powerful community,
Right.
but their numbers are not big enough.
Right.
They constitute about 9 to 10%.
Right.
But it is a Kapu community
Yes.
to which Chiranjeevi belongs.
Exactly.
But now Chiranjeevi's younger brother is fighting fighting on behalf of the TDP.
Right.
But then the Jagan Mohan Reddy has got his plot right in the sense that he has given a large number of tickets to the Kapus in the districts that matter.
Okay. That's very interesting what you are saying. So the Kapu factor, despite Pawan being with TDP, may still work in favor of YSR Congress. Is this what you are trying to say?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. And then Chandrababu Naidu committed a lot of mistakes in terms of allotment of seats to the right persons.
Okay. So there has been a seat allocation problem also.
Very
Prasad?
serious problem.
Prasad?
Yeah, just to add to what Nagesh was saying from Hyderabad, I think very significantly, I don't know how much of it will make an impact. I read a report that Chandrababu Naidu has now said he was willing to offer 2 deputy chief ministers from Simandra, one to a BC and one to a Kapu. Now that's it's again furthers to what Nagesh has been saying, because the whole attempt since Chiranjeevi sided with the Congress and joined the Congress is to try and see if they can break into the Kapu vote system.
Kapu system.
And
Finish.
no,
Fine.
so that is why Pawan Kalyan becomes important. An actor, popular one at that, now campaigning for the opponents of Rajshekar Reddy.
Ajay, this is very interesting. Now, so does it mean that, this Kamma and Kapu factor has been discussed? Well, I don't know whether you agree with what they're saying. One. Second thing is the fact that The Reddys are now completely with the YSR Congress as far as Simandra is concerned.
To a large extent, yes.
So this was Reddys were the backbone of the Congress party. So now they have and en masse. Would you say that they have shifted to YSR Congress?
Yeah, I think that has been a very conscious, part of the reason. If you see the way state has been bifurcated, I think one is the regional question, the other is the caste question. I think Congress has taken a very conscious long-term view that power has got concentrated with the Reddy community, both in Telangana and coastal Andhra. And one of the reasons, the impact of division, if you look at the way it's playing out in Telangana region, it's moving towards the BCs. The new PCC president whom the Congress appointed is not a Reddy, but it is a BC.
Right.
So I think this is a very important dimension also in terms of how electorally this is going to play out even within the Telangana region.
No, Prasad, I want to come back to you. Towards the end of the parliament session, we saw that in the last session of the parliament, I think when this bill was being passed, Congress very tactically tried to push the case of Chiranjeevi. They made him speak on the floor of the house on this bill. So you think that gambit has not really worked as far as pushing the Chiranjeevi in the forefront, and virtually trying to make him look as if he is the chief ministerial candidate for Congress in Simandra.
As I said, he's in the Congress, the party which is now being the target of people's ire. So you're probably the right person in the wrong party, or in a right party and the right person but the timing is not going in your favor.
The timing is not right, maybe, but he's a future possibility also.
Well, that could be a calculation.
That could be, and what Ajay was also telling about the subtle shift in the caste factor within the Congress. Sanjay, have you been looking at the caste combinations and how it has been playing out in Andhra Pradesh, in both Telangana and Andhra Pradesh? The Reddy factor, which is what Ajay is saying, the Reddy subtly, the Congress is trying to move away from what always has been a Reddy fortress. The Congress has been a Reddy fortress.
No doubt about that. That huge majority of Reddys are going to vote for YSR Congress. So there is no issue, because earlier in the past elections, they have been voting for Congress, so they have been the backbone for Congress. But now, because of the division in the Congress, they are moving to Jagan Reddy's party. So, and that has damaged Congress to a great extent in the Simandra region.
Right. Oh, what about the Kamma Kapu factor? You think that the Kamma Kapu factor, where the Congress, as Prasad was pointing out, the Congress attempt to post Chiranjeevi has not come through because he seems to be the right person in the wrong party.
Yes, Chiranjeevi's party's merger with the Congress would only help the party it could be a face saver for the party for the assembly election. I don't think it would be still add so much of strength to the party that they would be able to win, say, about couple of seats in the Lok Sabha from the Simandra region. So that is the only face saving that is helping the Congress in only suffering a humiliating defeat for the assembly seats.
Absolutely.
Small pockets. So so the Kapu's vote are getting divided. It's not that it is solidly standing behind Congress because of the Chiranjeevi. It is getting divided. If it was with the Congress in a big way, then it would have benefited the Congress.
Right. Nagesh, one other factor, the minority factor. It is not just the Muslims, the Christians, and how are they looking at this? What are the options they have now in this kind of a situation?
Yes. To put things in the perspective, if you want me to prioritize the voters on the basis on which the voters will vote, I would put it this way. One is caste and religion.
Yes.
Number 2 is bifurcation.
Yes.
Number 3 is the development plank of Chandrababu Naidu versus the welfare plank of Jagan Mohan Reddy.
Okay.
And fourth will be the Modi factor.
Right. So the Modi factor comes last.
Because
Okay, when you talk of the religion factor, let's look at the religion factor, because you're saying that is the first priority. I mean,
yes. See now, according to one calculation, about 10% of the population in Simandra are Muslims and Christians.
Right. 10 to 12%. Some say it's 12% also.
Some say it's 12% also.
Yeah.
But you cannot expect much of this vote to go to TDP, BJP for two good reasons. One is the Muslim vote will not go to the BJP or its ally.
Right.
And then Jagan Mohan Reddy is belongs to a very devout Christian family.
Right.
And so the entire minority vote may go to Jagan Mohan Reddy.
Okay.
So see, he has got the Reddy minority Kapu vote.
Solid, that's a solid vote bank which he has seems to have developed there.
But let's not underestimate Chandrababu Naidu also, because he will have the BC vote.
BC as well as the entire Kamma votes, I'm sure.
BC vote and Kamma vote.
Right.
But then again that will be offset by the SC vote, which I forgot to mention.
Right.
Should go to Jagan Mohan Reddy.
Right. So,
They're in a neck and neck fight.
As far as the minority votes in Simandra is concerned, it seems to be pretty clear. But what about in Telangana? What has happened in Telangana? Because the minorities because the main contender seems to be Congress and the TRS there. Or do you think that the BJP has been able to make any inroads there?
BJP BJP, somehow Telangana BJP has always been stronger when
Yes.
comes to Simandra. But then when you compare the minority vote, you have to split it between minorities in Hyderabad and minorities elsewhere.
Right.
Hyderabad, the minority vote will go.
Yes.
You don't need to be a pandit to it.
Absolutely.
That will go to the
MIM.
MIM.
Yeah.
As far as the rest of the state is concerned, I think the Congress will enjoy an edge because minorities may not be so comfortable with TRS
Okay.
for some historical reasons.
Right. With TRS. Ajay,
Yes, they may not be comfortable with the TRS.
okay. That's interesting. Ajay, would you agree with that? You are a Hyderabadi. You should.
Yes. No, in fact, I just got back from doing a survey
Okay.
on Muslims in Telangana. We did a
Okay.
very specific survey and we covered 3 districts, Mahabubnagar, Nalgonda and Warangal districts.
Right.
And across all the districts, there is a lot of resentment against TRS among
What is
Muslims.
the historic factor which
No, there are
Nagesh is
two
talking
reasons.
about?
One is historical, which is not, I don't think that is the dominant factor. The more important factor is the way TRS has played out the Muslim card. Now, in Mahabubnagar district, in the last by-elections in 2010, TRS gave a ticket to a Muslim candidate and then he lost. And there are various reasons, we don't have the time to get into that. The second more important reason is that Mr. KCR announced that the Deputy Chief Minister will be a Muslim. And soon after that, he withdrew that
Okay.
once the formation. And third reason is also that he said that in this elections 2014, he said that I will not give ticket to any Muslim candidate because there is no winnability factor.
This is not just for Lok Sabha, even for
Assembly, yeah. And this was a clear announcement, which is a very unusual announcement
very
for a
unusual,
political, because
yeah.
given
I mean,
that
you would expect this to, even the BJP will not make such an announcement.
absolutely. I mean, given the fact that there are 12.5% Muslims in Telangana region, which was a very unusual announcement by KCR. So there is a huge polarization that one can see on ground between Muslims and Hindus. That is also happening. That's why there is some possibilities of BJP making some inroads in Telangana region.
I mean, that's very interesting. Sanjay, how would you look at this factor, the Muslim factor, the minority factor as far as Telangana is concerned?
No, the studies which we have conducted in the month of January, February, March clearly
Right.
indicates that the Muslims in Telangana are with the Congress, but in the Simandra region they were a little unclear and they would like to vote for the party which is seen as the party which would defeat the BJP.
Okay.
And this is the national mood as well.
Absolutely.
So in the Simandra region, it seems that Muslims will side largely with YSR, not with Congress, because they don't see Congress as a party which is putting up a challenge to TDP.
Right.
And as I said, that in the national perspective, when we look at Muslim vote are much more sharply polarized in favor of Congress compared to any election in the past. So that's the mood nationally. But in Simandra, they are likely to go with YSR because Congress is not in a position to put up the challenge.
Okay, Prasad, would you agree with that? Is this something which is a straw which the Congress could hold on to, and hope for that in future that there can be some revival?
Well, Girish, if you just shift the focus out of Andhra, this may be in a multi-corner contest, these things look differently because votes need not necessarily translate into seats.
Right.
So that's something which we'll have to see when the results do come out.
Yes.
But in Andhra, where largely, Congress is in fight in Telangana region with the TRS, And in Seemandhra, they're probably at number 3. That's why you heard the co-panelists say that in Seemandhra it will be more with YSR, because
Absolutely.
they are the ones who are likely to actually, they are the ones who are putting up challenge to TDP, BJP. So that's a very, very clear indicator. But as I said, whether that a strong Congress holds on in Seemandhra, it seems difficult.
Nagesh, do you see this election, the results of it from what we have discussed in the last 25 minutes? You think that Congress has any chances of revival in the Seemandhra region in the near future? You think that this will be really a debilitating blow for them?
Absolutely, they have no chance. The way things are going, because they at the last moment, some of the candidates withdrew and then went into hiding because they after filing their nominations. So that happened in the constituency which was represented earlier by the Andhra Pradesh Congress committee president, that is Raghuvira Reddy.
Right.
So such is the situation. Now there is every danger of Andhra turning like Tamil Nadu, where Congress has not been in power for the last 40-45 years.
Yes.
So Congress, unless it comes to power at the center, which under the present circumstances looks unlikely,
Yes.
and they do give a big package to Andhra and then pacify them, Andhra is not likely to come into the Congress fold in the near future, which will be quite a tragedy for the fact that Indiramma,
Yes.
that is, she is virtually worshipped here.
Absolutely. Now, one very quick
Congress-
question. Nagesh, very quick question. We are running out of time. Very quick question. You think that now that TDP has an alliance with BJP, there is no possibility of at all of YSR Congress trying to in the post-poll situation, trying to cozy up to the BJP at all? Or
Yes, if politics, is the art of the possible. And already Jagan Mohan Reddy has been throwing hints to that effect that he doesn't mind joining hands with anyone at the center who is likely to help the development of Seemandhra. So
Ajay?
that's a possibility.
Ajay, I want both of you to answer this.
Yes, I think that's so. I think both sides in Seemandhra, Jagan and other parties, they are both willing to go with whoever wins. TDP and Jagan are both willing. So as in Telangana, the TRS also has kept its cards open that they are willing to go with the BJP. And if you look at among the Muslims in our survey, they very clearly said one of the reasons they also have resentment against TRS is the possibility that it will go with BJP,
go with
not
BJP.
with Congress, because on ground they have running conflicts with
Prasad?
Congress.
Well, I think more or less it's same, because both Nagesh and Mr. Ajay coming from the area, are very clear on the fact. But as I said, between now and the 16th, we'll have to just go and see how the wind is blowing. Though TRS officially has announced that they're willing to go for a third front. If you just remember, just a few days ago, the TRS chief made the statement, and Jagan has never really said much except that he says he's always with the UPA, which he has maintained for a long time. But as Nagesh put it, politics is art of possibilities always.
So, very quick last words to you, Sanjay. You see, do you expect any surprises? After all this discussion, do you expect any surprises at all, either in Seemandhra or Telangana?
Not so much, because I still expect that the kind of trends which we have been getting from January till March, that's likely to continue. In Telangana, we are going to have a fight between TRS and the Congress, but in the Seemandhra region, it's going to be a fight between TDP and YSR, and it's a very close fight in both the regions.
Okay, I think on that note, we need to end. Close fight in both the regions. Congress still has survives and is still a major factor in Telangana, but in Seemandhra, it seems to be getting decimated. How it will be able to recover at all is something which is a question which they will have to answer after a long time. We will wait and watch what will happen. Thanks to all my guests, Nagesh Kumar from Hyderabad, Sanjay Kumar, Ajay Guduvarti, and sorry, my friend KV Prasad. Thanks to all my guests. Please keep watching. We'll come back with another issue on the big picture same time tomorrow.